living down in LA, California. What you say about Los Angeles? Still the only place for me. It never rains to live and die in LA, where every day we try to fatten our pockets. Us niggas hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock. Everybody got.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome right back here to Change Reality Show. And once again, we still kicking it right out here in Compton, California. My next guest on the show right here is Miss Vicky, and we're right here still at the Outreach Service Center right here on Long Beach Boulevard. You feel me? Me and the missus, Lucinda, we're out here doing our thing. Like always, spreading that word across the country. The streets don't love you back, and we're going to continue spreading that word. And once again, I want to just thank you, Miss Vicky, for coming to the show. And I want you to kindly introduce yourself and what you do here at the Outreach Center.
Okay, my name is Vicky Lindsey, founder of Project Cry No More, Operation Survivor, also executive board member of Ceasefire, Southern California Ceasefire that is, and a lot of other things. But the most important role I have, and the most unfortunate role I have, has been the mother of a murdered son. You know, and his name was Lionel Whiteside. He was 19 years old. He was shot and killed inside of the car by the guys he was riding with on November the 9th, 1995, which was my father's 66th birthday and 12 days before the birthday of his only child, Lionel Jr. So, you know, that's what I do. But I was doing this before Lionel got killed, you know, because this is, I find out this is my purpose-driven life.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, something that I don't like, but I'm obedient to God, and I know I do it well. But I guess God said, okay, Vicky, I'm gonna let you be in this position so you can help other mothers, other victims' families. So this is what I do.
Dig that, and we're glad to hear that. So I want to get right to it, Ms. Vicky. When your son got murdered, you know, I'll go back a little bit when you said he got murdered by guys he was riding with.
His friends.
So at this time, let me get a clear understanding. These were supposed to be his what?
Was supposed to be his friends. Let's make it clear, his
Do
friends.
you hear that, people? These were supposed to be his friends. When your young man ended up getting murdered by these two guys that supposed to have been his friends, three guys, where were you at that moment in your life and time when that had took place and you had to hear that bad news that your baby was gone?
Do you mean community-wise, mentally, physically,
I
or
mean,
just where I
all
was,
over.
period?
Period.
Well,
in
I mean,
life.
actually, because I've been doing this since 1988, I was where I am right now.
Okay.
In other words, you know, to whatever level it was.
Yes.
Physically, I just left Mama's house, got off of work, and every Thursday I'm going to the club, you know.
Right.
So I was at home, and I was laying down, I fell asleep, and then Mama called me and said, Vicky, you ready for this? I said, what? She said, I just heard Lionel got shot. I'm like, no, and I laid back down because it's like
That wasn't registered.
yeah, that wasn't
Not my
registering,
baby.
you know. So then she said, yeah. So I laid down for a while. Then I got back up and I got on my knees. I said, no, God, please. So I went down to my mom's house, you know, and I seen his girlfriend and her friend roll up in the car, and we went to the hospital, and I remember seeing Samaje, Andre, and Steiner. Those are the guys that were in the car. When I was walking, I seen them in the mirror, and I said, okay, I want to talk to them. But I walked in, the police, from what I understand, told them not to talk to me. Yeah, it's a mess. But anyway, so I remember going, and I asked the cop, I said, is Lionel in there? And they didn't know I was his mom, and they were kind of mean.
Right.
And that's one of the things that, you know, sensitivity, I don't want to say training, you just have to have that in you. But they were real mean to us, and they're real mean and insensitive to a lot of us,
Right.
you know, family members of murdered victims. So he was real mean, and then he said, I remember the lady came out, the nurse, and we did all that we could do, but she was just talking. So the cop gonna say to me, go identify him. I said, no, is he all messed up? He said, what you mean all messed up? You know, I don't want to go in there, he's all toe up.
Right.
And I went and called my dad, and I said, Daddy, I know he's dead, you gotta come and identify him. You know, so from there, but where was I mentally when they said that to me?
Yes.
I told my cousin at the hospital, I said, you go get him, bring him to me, whoever it is, and blow their head off in my face.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's real talk. I'm not talking as I always say, I'm not talking as a Muslim or Christian. I'm not talking as Project Cry No More spokesperson.
You're talking as
or
a real
anything.
mother.
I'm talking as Lionel's mother.
There it is.
You killed my child. You know, as I always say, you didn't, my house was not foreclosed on. My house, my car was not repossessed. My dog didn't die. That was my child.
Something that came out of her that she had
Yes.
to carry for 9 months. That was a personal thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
It wasn't about, you know what I mean, now this is some distant cousin. No, this is
My
a
child.
young man that she carried for 9 months.
Yeah.
And she had to witness these so-called friends murdered her child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that right there should let you know about this thug gang life. Bruh, it's no loyalty in that. You feel me?
None.
They'll send the cat close to you to get you and pay him a few dollars. And the few dollars they pay them ain't even worth your life. You feel me? So let's open your eyes up, people. You feel me? And we're finna go right back to Miss Vicky. So at that time, Miss Vicky, you had just started thinking just like any of us from the hood. You know what I mean? Bring him in front of me and blow his head off because he done did my baby wrong. You know what I mean? So at that time, you going through all that mental anguish, because that's what that was then.
Yeah.
A lot of mental anguish going on, a lot of hurt, a lot of disbelief, and things like that.
Yeah.
What was the police at then when mama is ready to go out here and attack?
You know, the funny thing about it is, and I know in a dope game or any kind of hustling game or whatever the case is in the business world, they say it's not personal, it's business. But guess what? This wasn't business. This was personal to me.
Right.
You know, this was personal. To hell with the business, to hell with everything else. This was my child. And I was vocal about it, I meant it, but then I had to stop and think. I believe in revenge. I want to let you guys know. I believe in retaliation.
Amen.
Although I know, I say, spiritually, God takes care of all things. I can understand it. I can dig that. But guess what? At this time, we're not talking about no kind of religion, no kind of spirituality.
We're talking about her child was gone.
Yeah, humanly. We're talking like that. So what happens is, but I had to stop and think. I don't want the wrong one dead.
Right.
I don't want another mother crying because it was her son had nothing or her daughter had nothing to do with it. So I during the course of a week or so, I talked to each one of the guys. Each one had different stories, completely different stories. It's okay.
No
I
problem.
just needed to know who I need to bang on.
Right.
But anyway, and for whatever reasons, I was vocal, I let it happen, and like somebody said, once you find out the truth, you'll be comfortable with it. Not comfortable with him being dead,
But
but
comfortable
comfortable
with
with the
happened.
truth, and I don't have to look around for anybody else that did it.
Right.
So we went through that. So anyway, Lionel was killed November 9th, 1995. Andre, one of the guys, was killed April the 7th, 1997. And I knew right then, if I just stood still, God said, I'll handle all that for you.
Yeah.
I'll handle it for you, because see, with me, I'd be done, even if I was going to shoot the right person,
You shot
I
everybody.
shot the wrong person because I don't know how to shoot.
Right.
But God said, let me handle that, and I ain't going to miss. You see, I'm not going to miss.
Not at all.
And he didn't miss. Now, it's two more, and they trust me, God's working with them and their families, which is a good thing, so I
Amen.
give kudos to God.
Amen.
But because the streets are what they are. And like I say, and the thing about it, if somebody on the street did it, even me, I'd be in prison.
Amen.
But guess what? God can't go to jail.
No. He
What I'm
is
saying?
jail.
Yeah, God is jail. God
He
is
is
everything.
everything.
You know,
what
but
I
I'm
mean?
saying that do I hurt from that? I will hurt for the rest of my life.
Amen.
I want to hurt for the rest of my life because that was my child. But I'm not going to be bound down by my pain. I'm not going to say, well, my pain is causing me to drink. My pain is causing me to get high. My pain is causing me to do this and that and that.
Right.
My pain has caused me to continue. I didn't say start.
Right.
To continue
The work.
the work. No, I got to change it now because, see, I retired from work.
Okay.
And I can't retire from this, so continue the life.
The movement.
The movement and the life. Because, see, I don't do work, I do life.
There it is.
And what happens is, I will continue to do
One
this.
of the
continue.
mothers who had lost a son, and like she said, it was personal. This wasn't no business.
This was personal.
personal.
Yeah.
She lost a child. You know what I mean? This
But
is
I got
not.
to correct you now and correct it. Anything lost you can find.
Amen.
My child was murdered. And when people say lost, I
Lost
say
mean you
no.
can go lost and
I can go
found.
find them. I can
Right.
go find them. So I
We're
can't
going
find
to
my
reiterate that then,
Yeah,
ladies and
it's
gentlemen.
murder.
It's not the lost and found, because they'll call you and tell you your hat is at the lost and found.
That's right.
You dropped it in the car.
Mhm.
But Miss Vicky, we're going to iterate that. Her son was absolutely murdered.
He was
Bottom
murdered.
line, killed. Killed.
Yeah, homicide, you
feel
can
me?
use all those kind of words, but you don't use the word lost. And people say, well, that's too harsh. Well, what's
No.
more harsher than your child being murdered?
She keeping it
There's
real.
nothing real. And like I say, I continue to do the work. Like I say, when as I was saying, when the bitches, men and women, get to talk and all that stuff about this ain't right, you ain't doing this and all that stuff like that, I'm at a point now to say, if you can't bring my child back, none of y'all miss me with that, because I know what I'm doing is my fulfilling my purpose-driven life.
Amen.
Whatever God has given to me, I do it, and I know He's proud of me, even with the words, even with the words, because He created those.
Man,
So,
He created all
He
of it.
created everything, and He knows what's in my heart.
Show you
And I
right.
say from my mouth what's in my heart. I'm not gonna say nothing out of my mouth that is not in my heart. And I know, and like I told you, I'll talk when you talk about this. I can talk
It's
about
real
it.
talk.
I can talk about it. Let me tell you, we talk about forgiving. I can forgive everything else in the world. Everything. I mean, my dude messed up. I forgive you, dude. My friends, like I said, the energy vampires, the bitches, whatever you want to call them, messing up. I can forgive that. But what I cannot forgive is those that killed my child.
Amen.
And I'm not gonna try. I don't want God to come down on me, say whatever. And people say, "Well, Vicky, you're gonna go to hell." That's keeping you down. That's not keeping me down. I'm moving. You see, so and if it means that I don't get to heaven because of that, then I have to take my place in hell, because that was my child that was killed. Don't care what nobody else feel. I don't. So what happens is, I just continue and continue and continue. And like I say, if you want to forgive the ones that killed your child,
Do that.
I can forgive the ones that killed your child. You want to cook dinner? I will bring up dish. But don't ask me to forgive, because that's not where I'm at.
Amen.
Don't want to be there.
Do you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? Miss Vicky is putting it straight out to you right here on the Change Reality Show. Hey, we all go through things in our life, but like she said, I can forgive you for stealing my money out of my purse. I can forgive you, for walking down the street and not bringing the pizza home on time.
Yeah.
But one thing she cannot forgive and iterate it is somebody just absolutely just straight out murdered her child.
Exactly.
You feel me? Because in the first place, I'm going to say something on that note. If you go out here and you kill somebody's child, or you kill somebody's cousin or mother or father, and you just doing that because you feel that's what you need to be doing, your ass don't need to be forgave. You feel me? If somebody forgive you, let God forgive you. But your ass ain't going to be forgave, not here on earth.
No.
You dig me? So we're going to let that be known.
Yeah.
Ain't no forgiveness, because you didn't have no damn business doing it in the first place.
Exactly.
You feel me? That supposed to been your man. Supposed to been your homeboy, as you said. But deep down inside, we knew you wasn't no homeboy. You were just somebody that's trying to do something crazy, and you did something crazy, and your ass don't get forgave about it. Now we're kicking it right here at the Change Reality
Exactly.
Show
And
with Vicky.
with that it's a saying from South Central. I was telling the guy earlier, I love the movie South Central because it's a saying in there, and I may not get it correctly, get it right, but you'll get the gist of it. You steal a man's goods, later on you can return those goods. If you hit a man in the face, later on his wounds will heal. But if you take a man's life, there is no later on. I can't say, wow, you killed Lionel, you shot him, and guess what, he's coming back. No, he's not. And to go over there to the graveyard and talk to him, that's ludicrous to me. You know what I mean? I've gone over there and it's like, I feel stupid. It's like me standing in the middle of China somewhere with all these Chinese folks and ain't able to speak.
Ain't able to speak the language.
Yeah, so I go to the graveyard for what? Basically for what? And this is just the way that I feel. I don't dig talking to the dirt.
Right.
I want my child here with me.
Where I can kick it.
Yeah, where I can kick it. But being it that I know he cannot come back, because like I say, God can do everything in the world, but he cannot bring back people. I don't care what people say. Jesus rose, yeah, he did. But once he was dead, he was dead.
Amen.
Lionel is dead. Lionel can never come back. He doesn't mean he comes back because his son looks like him. That's not Lionel.
No.
You got another son.
That is
you know,
not
that's
Vicky's
not
son.
Lionel.
That's
Yeah.
Junior. They ain't senior.
Exactly. My other son is my other son. He's not Lionel.
Bottom
You know,
line.
see, so therefore people need to understand it. And while we got this, I'm so glad you're doing this show because
Amen.
there's some things that I need to say to people listening and looking at this. You tell us that they're in a better place. How the hell you know? You've never been there. You tell us we get over it. We only get through it. You know what I'm saying? You tell us it was his time to go. Well, guess what? That means that if it's our time to go, then let's not have brakes on our car.
And
let's not have no street lights. Let's don't have nothing. We
let
don't
everybody
need to,
go.
Yeah, let everybody be free because when it's their time to go, they gonna go according to what you say.
Yeah, you
You-
heard
of
what
course,
Miss Vicky
you know,
said,
yeah.
according to what you talking about.
Yeah, but in the
Feel
real,
me?
but for real, it is not their time to go. It is not that they're in a better place, and we will not ever get over it. We
That's
get through
right.
it, and that's one of the things people, they say, oh, and women, the thing they say too is, you have another son, that is so nice.
That don't mean
ain't
nothing. That is not my man. That is not Lionel,
Yeah.
like she said. You feel me? And I want to iterate on that too. You dig?
Yes.
It wasn't her son's time. It was his time because 3 knucklehead mother scratchers said it was his time. You feel me? So everybody gets the game twisted a lot of times out here when they say, oh, well, that must have been your time because God said it was your time. No, brother. See, it's the devil is out here too.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got good and you got bad. You feel what I'm saying? And at this moment in time, and it's happening right now, even while me and Miss Vicky doing this show right here, you got some knucklehead saying it's your time. God ain't saying it was your time. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you, when God says your time, people die of a natural death.
Yes.
Now, that's when you can say it's your time.
Yeah.
You feel me? But for a man or a woman to go out here and brutally kill somebody, you said that was that man's or woman's time. You gave them that time. So that's what me and Miss Vicky want to let y'all know. You feel me? God takes it when he ready to take it. That means you done live a longevity life or you done passed in your sleep and ain't nobody brutally murdered you.
Exactly.
You dig?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think another thing people need to understand too is, say you killed Lionel. I just use me as an example. You killed him, but you killed my spirit.
Man.
You killed everything. You just don't kill that one individual.
You killed
kill
a lot
whole
of people
family,
around you, man.
Because we're walking dead a lot of times. You know, and what happens is, and if we don't deal with this issue, if we don't deal with what they call post-traumatic stress disorder, or whatever the case is, in which it should be pre-traumatic stress before all this take place,
Right.
which would be cool. But being that we're dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, if you don't deal with those children, if you don't deal with the family members, you get youngsters growing up, not gang banging, but they'll classify it as gang banging because that's the only thing they know to do it. But what they are is those are angry individuals that's doing angry things, be it killing, be it rape, be it whatever it is, because that's the only way that they can
Get their MO off.
they can get it off. So what happens is people don't understand that. So us as a society, we don't deal with it. We kick them out of school. We put them in jail.
And forget about it.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget now, we shoot them up with drugs too, you know, those
Right.
psych drugs. We do all those things to suppress what really is instead of dealing with it. So if we start dealing with it, matter of fact, not just dealing with the post, but dealing with the pre and deal with the things that need to be done. You know, granted, you give money to whoever you want to, but money is not,
Everything.
money does not solve everything.
No, it ain't going to solve
Yeah.
everything, especially when you're dealing with a human life.
Exactly.
Money don't solve a human life. You dig? Money pay bills. Money can take you to get some Denny's or Burger King or something like that, but money do not solve human life and it do not solve humanity. You feel me?
Exactly.
So we just want people to realize that it's a better way out here than running around here once again trying to be a thug. It's a better way running around and call yourself a drug dealer, because them things, man, is the oldest failure in the history of mankind, man. You never win. The biggest drug dealers and the biggest gangsters in our country is the government.
Yes,
And
sir.
you will never beat them. Never. I don't care who you is. You can be the best lawyer in America. They'll sit your ass down if they tired of you. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
don't get it twisted, baby. Fighting them is just like fighting tooth and nail.
Yes, indeed. And people need to understand that, like you said, you know, there is no retirement benefits from
No.
this. There's no health benefit from this. You cannot retire from the streets. You cannot, unless you're smart now. If you retire when before you get busted, if you retire while you got your money,
Right.
whatever the case, then you do your due. But if you think it's going to continue and continue and continue,
you lying to yourself.
you lying to yourself. It's not going to be like that. Like I said, it's either death or it's either jail, and both of them basically are almost the same. Shout outs got life in too many, because I mean I'm just digging and loving everything and everybody that's doing things in this movement.
Amen.
But I do want to say to the people, get involved by choice and not force. Don't wait until it happens to your household to think that there's a problem, because it happens from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hood, and it all ain't good, because when it hits you, you won't just be watching the news, you become a part of the news, and that's not good, especially if you're not a positive part of the news. So my thing is just get involved, and I thank all of you guys, for just realizing that this problem is just not my problem.
Yeah, it ain't
But
an
it's
LA
your
problem.
problem.
It's
And
a national problem.
it's a national problem that's causing that needs national attention. And if we don't deal with it, we gonna have. Actually, it's not a national problem. It's a planet problem.
Yes, it is.
Because when we're, it's just a planet problem. I could go on and on and on. But the bottom line is, we need to fix this shit, Obama. No. Let me say not Obama, because I'm not blaming him.
Everybody.
I can't blame Obama. I can't blame law enforcement. I can't blame the schools. I can't blame the households
Everybody.
alone. But I can blame all of you guys, all of us together. Not you guys, but all of us together. So I'm just saying, get involved by choice, and just don't wait until it hits your household to feel that there's a problem. Like I say, it crosses all lines: financial, education, everything, religious lines. It crosses everything. And the pain, it doesn't matter if it's a white pain or a black pain, a
It's
brown
pain.
pain or a red pain. That pain is the same. Rich pain,
Poor
poor
pain.
pain. It's pain. So the bottom line is, I thank you, and just get involved.
Thank you very much, Ms. Vicky, and we're so proud to have Ms. Vicky on the show right here. Like I said, in Compton, LA, you did right here on Long Beach Boulevard. We done kicked it with Ms. Vicky, we done kicked it with Ms. Pam, we done kicked it with Skip, and we just doing our thing out here in California, me and the missus. And once again, I thank the missus for always rolling with me. Got to always thank Lucinda, because she's always with me, side by side. You can believe that. Hook or crook, she rides with me,
Bonnie and
And
Clyde.
always, you feel me? Bonnie and Clyde is the key. You heard me? For real. So if somebody wanted to get involved with the outreach movement, Ms. Vicky, what information would you give them? Your website or your office number, if they needed to get in touch with you here in LA or nationally to get involved with the movement? Give me information.
Okay. The organization is called Project Cry No More, and my email address is projectcrynomore@aol.com. And you can call me at 310-764-0165 or 310-961-6856, or every single Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we're at the Ceasefire Committee meeting at 7900 Southwestern in Los Angeles at Bethel AME. For those of you who are in the streets in the hood and history, that's where Tookie's was funeralized at. So you can get involved. I mean, you can meet me there, or you can come to the office at 200 North Long Beach Boulevard in the city of Compton every third Sunday as a victims meeting for the mothers and others. So you can come here and just check me out. Just call me.
Dig that. On that note, we're going to say, hey, peace and love. Glad you came to the show. Always remember, the streets don't love you back. Peace.
Let my angel sing.